you can literally manifest whatever you want to come into your life. There's nothing that can stop you except you. All you have to do is develop your attention and present moment awareness, and know that you're living in a simulation, and you'll see everything start to shift in your world. Like, I'm at the point now with my manifestation abilities where I've created a concept of myself where I'm just magnetic in flow state all the time, because I don't look at work as negative. I've changed all my labels and perceptions of everything, and I'm constantly in this, like a fantastic mood where things just constantly keep happening to me. And once you get over that first initial part of that, where you start changing the labels, and you'll see that all of a sudden, these doors start opening and great things start coming, and they start demonstrating these feeling states that you've had for so long, that you've been working on, like with your labels. Like, these things start to change, and because the law of assumption, if you assume a state and you change the labels on what work is, and work's actually fun and it's easy, and you start changing the labels and all this stuff, and you put yourself in that state of the wish fulfillment, what starts happening is you start changing everything. That's like, the world will start reflecting that feeling state that you have, and then things will start coming to you based on that, and it'll start demonstrating, like the subconscious mind feels your perfection, your feeling states, that you already have everything, and you're viewing everything, you're constantly in flow state, you're magnetic, and then these things start being magnetic, and they start coming into your life. And essentially, that's the secret, that's the key, is training your attention and your present moment awareness, training your mind, because you're in a dream state right now. And once you start waking up and getting very specific about these things, and start waking up by developing your attention, like through the leaf exercise and the reverse course, things will just magically start happening. You won't have to really create or really intentionally try to do anything as you're going to sleep at night, because you're already going to feel as if you already have everything all the time. Because you do, because creation is finished, and you've mastered this ability. Even though you don't see it yet, you're automatically have trained your mind to fall asleep in the wish fulfilled without you having to do anything. And that's why I teach what I teach with attention and present moment awareness, is because I've experienced all this stuff to happen. I had to start at the bottom, because my mind was just completely destroyed. So I studied this stuff and I trained for multiple years. But not everybody has to. My mind was damaged from alcohol and drug abuse and social media and all this other stuff, with bad toxic relationships. So my mind was constantly, it was in lack. I was constantly in lack feeling state, and I needed things in the simulation to make me happy. So once I reestablished myself, gained my attention, and started really redirecting my attention and establishing that muscle of my mind to catch myself, and then start focusing on my wish fulfilled, start falling asleep. Everything amazing, isn't everything wonderful? Everything is so wonderful and amazing that's happening to me. My life and everything is working out perfectly for me, and really training my mind to focus on those feeling states as I'm going to sleep at night. Over time, those that develop yourself into this new concept of self that automatically manifests. And you can automatically just manifest things into your world. Like, I just manifested another supercar that I'm in right now. And I didn't have to really do anything to get that. I had the ability to get it. And through the service and the person that I've developed, the concept of self that I am today is the person that automatically manifested that. And once you create a version of yourself, through the practices of attention and present moment awareness, knowing you're living in a simulation, you're going to automatically manifest this stuff too. It's not really that difficult. I was in prison 8.5 years. I've been out for 2.5 now. 2.5 years, and the things that I've manifested are just insane, because I've trained my mind. And anyone can do this. And I just want everybody to, and that's why I make these videos. That's why I've created my channel, is to demonstrate this. Like, starting at the bottom, working my way up to creating whatever I want, just by learning how to manipulate my thoughts and my feeling states. And anyone can do this. You can do this right now. So I just want everybody to know this, and because I get a lot of questions on, how do I manifest this? How do I manifest that? When is it going to come? When you change who you are and you've trained your mind, you've developed your attention and present moment awareness, you're going to automatically manifest every one of your desires. You're going to be able to hold your attention on whatever you want as you're going to sleep at night, and magically manifest great things to come into your life. It's going to happen, and it's going to be a natural feeling state for you. It's going to be the natural person that you are now. It's not going to be this totally, insane, exciting thing that's outside of your realm. It's going to be you, and it's going to be natural and normal for you. And the moment that you can accept that as something natural and normal that can happen to you, that's when it's going to happen. And then once you get into that natural state, it's going to be like, a domino effect, to where you're creating one thing after the other, and it multiplies, and it keeps growing and growing and growing. Once you start seeing it actually start happening from just simply changing, your concept of yourself. And that's why I created my community on school, is because the course that we've created breaks it all down. You go through the ladder exercise, you start seeing the glitches in the simulation, you're living in a simulation, you do the leaf exercise, you master the direction of your attention, and then you go to the reverse exercise, and you develop your present moment awareness. And once you develop this, you go through the course, you're going to be ready. You're going to be ready to start manifesting. And through the process of that, you change who you are. Once you develop your attention, because a lot of people say, I don't want to do the leaf exercise, I don't want to do the reverse course, I want to directly manifest money right now. And I say, you will manifest more money mastering the leaf exercise and your attention and your present moment awareness indirectly faster than you will just trying to create money right away. Because if you don't change who you are, you don't fix your mind to where you can hold your attention and your present moment awareness and know you're living in a simulation, you can get a lot of money and you're just going to blow it all. You're not going to, once you establish your mind, the money's never going to leave. It's going to be you, who you are. You're going to have it all the time, and you can't lose it. Even if you do lose it, you'll get it right back again, because that's who you are. And you've trained your mind to believe these things. It's about believing things that haven't happened to you yet. And when you gain your attention and your present moment awareness, know you're living in a simulation, you can trick your mind to believe that this stuff has already happened to you. And then it's kind of like, the example is, an untrained mind using the law of assumption is like adopting a dog that's like an alley dog, a street dog that's been on the street its entire life and is roaming and running around the streets, and then you the dog, you put it on a leash, okay? You put the dog on a leash and you're trying to walk it for the first time. It's running everywhere, it's trying to get away from you, it's trying to get out of the leash, it doesn't want to walk with you. But once you train that dog and you walk it every day, keep it on your left side by your knee, you say sit, heel, stay, you train it how to do everything through repetition. There's going to be a day that's going to come, sometimes very quickly, depending on how much you train it, where you can take the leash off that dog and it will stay by your side. It will not run off, even if another dog comes by or is a huge distraction. That dog's going to be trained and it's going to stay by your side the entire time that you're walking. Once you train that animal, okay, the mind can be equated the same way. It's like a wild animal right now. It flies around like a butterfly. And in order for you to capture a feeling state, you have to have it trained. Not necessarily, you can have hit and miss manifestations with an untrained mind, but for consistent manifestations, you have to train your mind, okay? You have to train the mind and your present moment awareness. And this also is multifaceted, because once you train the mind and have present moment awareness, you're going to be able to enjoy life so much more. And that's a big part of it too, is being in the magnetic flow state. When you train the mind, you are now present in the moment and experiencing things now, and things just automatically come to you in that state because you're focused on gratitude and present and being in the present moment and just experiencing life, being more grateful. Once you develop this part of your mind, and that automatically manifests different things in your world. So if I were to recommend anything, master your attention and present moment awareness before you even start directly manifesting anything. Because you'll find once you develop those things and you change who you are, you won't have to micromanage any manifestation. You're gonna be a manifesting machine without having to do anything. Without having to do anything outside of your state of consciousness. Because it's all states of consciousness. Once you develop your attention, present moment awareness, and know you're living in a simulation, your new state of consciousness is going to automatically be manifesting the life of your dreams. So focus on that. Do that. Don't focus on making money right away when you have an untrained mind. Train your mind. Do the leaf exercise. Get to 20 leaves. Get to 30 leaves. And if you don't know what that is, it's the first link in the description. You can go into my community and you could go to that course, and it's systematized and it will train you. By the end of that, you will have changed your concept of yourself. And there's also a huge community where we're all doing it together, and I do live calls. But if I had to give one recommendation, instead of just trying to manifest money in your current state, which is outside of your state of consciousness, change who you are, redirect your mind, gain your attention, present moment awareness, and then that will shift your states of consciousness to automatically start manifesting the life of your dreams. If I were to give one recommendation, that's what I would focus on first, because that's what I did, and I'm seeing the results of it, and I'm giving you testimonials. There's still things that I manifest, where I intentionally manifest them, but that's mainly because I'm just trying to demonstrate for the channel with testimonials, so you guys can also join me in this journey of greatness, and of developing our minds, but ultimately everything automatically comes to me from my state of consciousness. I don't have to micromanage any of my manifestations anymore. I already fall asleep as if I already have everything. Automatically, I'm always in that state. I fall asleep in the state of my wish fulfilled without having to do anything, because my mind is trained. It's trained, and it's grateful, and it's appreciative, and it's present. And I absolutely love my life, every minute of it. And I don't even like to sleep, because I love my life that much. I wake up 10 minutes before my alarm clock goes off at 3:50, and I'm just so excited for the day. Like, as soon as I wake up, like, I'm happy. And it's just because I've trained my mind. All right? I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video, or I'll see you in school on my next live call. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.